6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The COVID-19 death toll rises to 109 with 2 deaths reported yesterday. The total number of COVID-19 infections rises to 22,988 with 16,656 full recoveries. Sri Lankan migrant workers expatriated to Saudi Arabia. A 4-member committee to investigate the irregularities which took place at state banks during the Yahapalana regime. Today is Ill Full Moon Poya Day. This is the last Poya day of the Vasana rainy season. Ethiopia's Prime Minister claims capture of regional capital Mekelle. The Director General of Health Services of Sri Lanka has reported 2 more coronavirus-related deaths yesterday. A 76-year-old man and a 96-year-old woman have succumbed to the virus. The deceased male, a resident of Colombo too, has died of high blood pressure and a chronic kidney disease worsened by the COVID-19 infection. He passed away upon admission to the Colombo National Hospital. The woman passed away at her residence in Colombo 8. The cause of death has been determined as asthma and COVID-19 pneumonia. Accordingly, Sri Lanka has witnessed a total of 109 deaths from the novel coronavirus thus far. Meanwhile, a total of 487 cases of COVID-19 have been identified yesterday. This brings the total number of cases reported from the Minuwangoda-Paligoda COVID-19 cluster to 19,450. Sri Lanka has confirmed 22,988 novel coronavirus infections to date. According to the Health Ministry's data, 16,656 of the confirmed patients have made complete recoveries from the virus. Sri Lankan migrant workers will be expatriated to Saudi Arabia. The Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau says that the Saudi government stopped receiving Sri Lankan migrant workers due to the COVID-19 pandemic during the past 10 months. 180 Sri Lankans have been expatriated thus far. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. A 4-member committee has been appointed by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa to investigate the irregularities which took place at state banks during the Yahapalana regime. Former High Court Judge Sisira Rathnayaka, Chartered Accountant Susantha De Silva, retired Additional Government Auditor W. Premananda, and a representative from the Ministry of Finance are the members of this new committee. About 228 complaints have been received thus far regarding such irregularities. Today is Ill Full Moon Poya Day. This is the last Poya day of the Vasana rainy season. With the end of the Ill Poya, the Katina Pinkama also ends. The Katina Pinkama is considered one of the highest deeds in Buddhism. During this time, Buddhist monks stay inside their premises due to the heavy rains. This roughly happens for about 3 months. A number of events took place on Ill Poya Day, which includes the announcement of the future Buddhahood of Maitreya Bodhisattva, the first Buddhist missionary activity by the 60 Arahat, and the Jatila brothers entering the Buddhist order. Many religious activities have been organized at Buddhist temples island-wide to mark this full moon Poya Day today, adhering to the COVID-19 health guidelines. The Minister of Public Security, Sarath Weerasekara, says he will provide immediate solutions to the police officers regarding their promotions. He says that he will give priority to this issue after assuming duties as a relevant minister tomorrow. Nipuna Wahalatantrige and Samira Gamage have been appointed as board members of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation by Minister Kehelia Rambukwella. Nipuna Wahalatantrige is an old boy of the Kalaniya Sri Dharmaloka Vidyalaya and a graduate from the Peradeniya University. He has a Master's in International Business and Management Studies from the Buckingham University. Samira Gamage is also a leading businessman and the Managing Director of the Singha Desha Enterprises Private Limited. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
A meeting between President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval was held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. They discussed bilateral issues of Sri Lanka and India. The two parties also focused attention on maritime security cooperation between India, Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Sri Lanka is hosting the fourth trilateral meeting on maritime security cooperation with its two neighbouring states, India and the Maldives. The dialogue this year is after a lapse of 6 years. The last meeting was held in New Delhi in 2014.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, the Minister of Education, Professor G.L. Piri, says the 2020 GCE Ordinary Level Examination will have to be postponed again if all schools in the country cannot be reopened soon. His remarks came during the parliamentary session yesterday. The 2020 O-Level examination was pushed back to next year due to the outbreak of COVID-19, and it was rescheduled to be held from the 18th to the 27th of January 2021. That came to you in Watchlight, and now in World News headlines. Ethiopia's Prime Minister claims capture of regional capital Mekelle. Tear gas fired in Paris as protesters rally against police security bill. Iran blames Israel for killing a top scientist. Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed says government forces are now fully in control of the regional capital of the northern Tigray region. The army earlier entered Mekelle as it stepped up its offensive against the Tigray People's Liberation Front. The leader of the TPLF told Reuters it would continue to defend our right to self-determination and fight these invaders to the last. Hundreds have been killed and thousands displaced in the conflict. French police have fired tear gas at protesters rallying in Paris against a bill that would make it a criminal offence to film or take photos of police with malevolent intent. Clashes began after some in the crowd threw stones and fireworks at police. Cars and a newspaper kiosk was set on fire too, and dozens were arrested. Opponents say the bill undermines press freedom to document police brutality. The government says, however, it will help protect officers from online abuse. Iran's president has blamed Israel for the killing of a top nuclear scientist on Friday and said it would not slow down the country's nuclear program. Hassan Rouhani also said Iran would retaliate over Mohsen Fakhrizadeh's killing at a time of its choosing. An Israeli cabinet minister said he had no clue who was behind the ambush by gunmen. Israel has previously accused the physicist of being key to a covert nuclear weapons program. And now the main points of the World News segment once again. Ethiopia's Prime Minister claims capture of regional capital Mekelle. Tear gas fired in Paris as protesters rally against police security bill. Iran blames Israel for killing a top scientist. That was World News. And now in development news, Rigid Tire Corporation Private Limited, built with an investment of $250 million is slated for opening in January. Minister Vimal Veeravansa visited the fully integrated manufacturing plant last week. The construction of Phase 1 with an investment of $100 million has been completed, while Phase 2 will be completed by mid-March 2022. The landmark project is the first and only of its kind in Sri Lanka and is tipped to be the largest such facility in the whole of Southeast Asia, manufacturing passenger car radials, including specialized category for SUVs, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, trucks, buses and solid tires, seamlessly combining local talent with sophisticated European technology. That was development news, and now in sports news. Explosive batsman Dasun Shanaka led his Dambulla Vikings team in their opening match of the LPL against Kandy Tuskers with a punishing knock of 73 in a total of 195 at the MRICS in Hambantota yesterday. Shanaka struck 73 in just 37 balls with 4 sixes and 8 fours, while Sanit Patel with 58 with 2 sixes and 5 fours joined in to cane the bowlers. The Kandy Tuskers were 84 for 3 in 10 overs when rain intervened, while the Dambulla team were ahead on the run rate and won the game under Duckworth Lewis method. SLBC is the official broadcaster of the LPL tournament. That was sports news, and now in business news. The Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce states the initiative to encourage entrepreneurship in 25,000 women chosen from among Samurdhi families will contribute to them moving from being dependent on the state to contributors to the economy. The network of shops will function under government sponsorship with a 1,000 million rupee as government contribution to provide credit facilities. Priority will be given to sell local products. They hope this initiative will benefit many courageous females who have micro cottage industries to grow and scale their businesses too. That was business news.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The Central Bank Governor, Professor W.D. Lakshman, says the 2021 budget promotes economic growth while focusing on social security, poverty alleviation, environment and social justice through fair distribution of resources among regions. Elaborating on the monetary policy stance of the bank recently, he said the government has allocated a vast amount of resources to achieve these goals through the 2021 budget, and added that enhancing public investments and promoting domestic and foreign investments are key to build a strong domestic economy. However, he noted that a collaborative effort by the public and the private sector is crucial to achieve the goals during the current tough times. That was economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says there is a possibility to develop a low-pressure area in the southeast of the Bay of Bengal Sea area during the next 24 hours. It is likely to affect the weather over the island during the next few days. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in the Uva, Central, Western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gala and Matara districts after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy falls, about 50 millimeters, are likely at some places. That was the weather report. And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The COVID-19 death toll rises to 109 with 2 deaths reported yesterday. The total number of COVID-19 infections rises to 22,988 with 16,656 full recoveries. Sri Lankan migrant workers expatriated to Saudi Arabia. A 4-member committee to investigate the irregularities which took place at state banks during the Yahapalana regime. Today is Il Full Moon Poya Day. This is the last Poya of the Wasana rainy season. Ethiopia's Prime Minister claims capture of regional capital Mekelle.